before anything about this react, if you haven't watched Toradora, I highly suggest you to watch it. It's an awesome anime. There will be a lot of spoilers in it, so watch it. It's really adorable, and it's really something that you should check it out at least. Let's get into like really weep stuff. I want to go back to weep stuff. So just so you know, I am a big fan of romance anime. Slice of life and romance anime has been like I've watched as many fucking romance anime as I did like shoujo anime as I did as shonen. So Toradora, obviously I watched it. I tried to rewatch it. It didn't age as much as I thought it did, but it is quite a fucking adorable story. And so let's check it out. Oh, Toradora broke me. Like, let's check it out.
Toradora gave me depression, and I liked it. There are two types of anime. The first type ends on a note of complete closure. The story has come full circle, all the important questions have been answered, and it's satisfying. A sequel would feel unnecessary and might even end up making things worse because the story is already perfect the way it is. The other type ends like this.
That can't be it. Where's the rest of it?
And then you realize there is no rest of it and you're doomed to a life of inescapable emptiness. And fanfiction. That's Toradora, and this
Yeah, and sometimes it's just exactly the same case, but it's just I guess I need to fucking read the manga now. Ah, fucking reading the manga. Wow, I'm so fucking excited to read the manga. And you never fucking read the manga at the end of the
This
day.
feeling is called post-anime depression, an experience many people, myself included, went through after finishing Toradora. This experience generally begins with you finishing the last episode, then desperately looking for the next one, realizing there is none, and then proceeding to mope around the house for the rest of the day wondering what the point of life even is anymore. This feeling can last hours, days, weeks even for some people, and it never fully goes away because the second we think about it again, it all comes rushing back and now you're depressed again. And yet for whatever reason, we continue to seek it out anyways. Why? I don't know, maybe we're just masochistic at heart, but I do know that if a show is good enough to hit me this hard emotionally, then that only means it did something right, and it serves as a testament as to just how good it is. And good this show is. Toradora is one of my favorite romantic comedies, and it'll probably stay that way. The fact that it stands tall as a classic still being talked about over a decade since its release goes to show how amazing it is. But with all this in mind, I had to ask myself, how? How does Toradora have this much of a psychological impact on us to the point where it makes an actual difference to our mental state for this long? It doesn't
Because I don't know how was your name? Wait. You know why? Do you know why? Do you know why? You want to know why? I actually have the perfect answer. I actually know the answer. I am friend with the mangaka that fucking like wrote the fucking thing. You don't believe me? I don't give a fuck, man. I know the mangaka. He told me. It's because Taiga, the main character, the main girl character, is small. Yeah. No, that's the only reason. No, not even. Yeah. Taiga is small. Small. Yeah, that's right.
exactly have the grand scale apocalyptic mental breakdown of Evangelion or the same level of human loss as Steins Gate. All it really is technically is just a high school romance, but it has to be doing something different, right? So how does it do it? How does Toradora create post-anime depression? Or at least that's the gimmick behind this video, but I'm mostly just using it as an excuse to gush.
Because she's small. Really mega small.
Anyway, step 1. Make us care about the characters. The characters in Toradora are so damn good. Take Minori. I was completely expecting her to be the perfect love interest character that has no personality. Someone who purely exists as an end goal for the main character, we never learn anything about her. Total weirdo, and it is great. Like, if I saw someone act this way in real life, I'd be seriously concerned, but since it's anime, that immediately makes her waifu material instead. Minori has such a stupidly fun personality, so it actually makes sense that Ryuji has a crush on her. She even watches JoJo. making her a woman of culture. Every time she's on screen, I legitimately don't know what she's gonna do next, but I do know that it's gonna be chaotic and hilarious. And then of course there's Tiger, who... Yeah, okay, she's pretty insufferable at the start, but she's small, so that makes it okay. Thankfully, she does get way more likable as the series progresses, though. What interested me, though, was the fact that she's supposed to be one of the most iconic tsundere characters, and isn't a tsundere. Like, she's just violent at the beginning. Pretty much everyone's a punching bag to her. Ryuji just happens to be the closest one most of the time. She's also pretty open about her crush on Kitamura, and as time goes by, she treats Ryuji way nicer, and it happens very quickly as well. To be honest, I don't think she ever actually hurt Ryuji in the first place, since it was mostly just a stinky attitude and petty insults that don't actually mean anything. But she also has a lot of really sweet moments, and in my opinion, more than makes up for everything by the end. And then there's Ryuji, who's just a genuinely kind person, which seems boring because usually these character types are overly nice and almost seem disingenuine because it's like...
Yeah, but in Toradora, it's actually like you get more than just I'm a nice person and this is my personality. No, he does a lot of things, and the story is well written. The characters are well written, and the storytelling is well written. Where it's like it's not just a nice person; it's just an adorable, wholesome person. You get me? And there's a big difference between like a nice person and to a wholesome person. I don't know if
It's like the show is just trying to make them look good or something. Ryuji isn't like that. He likes cooking and has a weird obsession with cleaning things that nobody cares about. But most importantly, he's just a guy who naturally cares about other people. Sometimes to a fault. And I can respect that. But at the same time, that doesn't make him a pushover. He stands up for himself or gets reasonably angry when he needs to, and has a lot more personality to him than just being the nice guy. But to me, the one character who interested me the most was Ami. At first, it presented her as if she was a total airhead, and considering just how many anime girls there are who unironically behave this way, I actually believed it. And didn't like it. I thought her personality felt obnoxious and forced, and her entire existence felt pointless. Like, why is she here? We already have all the main characters, we don't need you. But then it went and revealed that she was a total bitch, and I loved that. Her very existence instantly made Toradora 10 times more interesting. Because of her and her personality, she brought some really interesting conflicts into the plot and ended up causing a whole bunch of stuff to happen. She was like the missing piece of the puzzle that the show needed to be complete. Even characters like Kitamura, who I honestly thought was kind of boring at first, turned out to be just as weird as Minori, except instead of behaving over the top and loudly, he will do the most insane things and act as if it's completely normal. Like, yeah, I'm a representative of the student council who everyone looks up to and respects. So let's rock up to an event looking like this! Heck, even some of the background characters like the teacher are absolutely hilarious to watch. This woman is most definitely on the brink of emotional collapse and is probably having a midlife crisis. I would actually watch an entire series just based on her trying to find love before it's too late. I mean it. Somebody please make that happen. I love so many of these characters and I could talk about them all day. But so far, everything I just talked about were only surface level qualities. The second step to creating our emotional breakdown soup is to go beyond surface level qualities. How do we make these characters really feel like real people? Well, the answer is Shrek.
Layers! Onions have layers.
Layers! Everyone's got a mask to hide what they're really thinking or feeling. And the more and more Toradora continued, the more it began to slowly peel back the layers behind these characters, and we slowly realized just how much depth and complexity they all have. This is why they feel three-dimensional. It's why they feel realistic and why we still continue talking about them even to this day. Because it shows us that there's so much behind each of these characters but doesn't fully explain everything, leaving us to put two and two together and make our own conclusion. This is why, for instance, this series, despite having a main character with multiple girls in love with him, doesn't feel like a harem. Most harems exist for the sake of a competition to see who's gonna win, or so the viewer can...
Yeah, Toradora as it never had this like it had more like when you were in high school and you were like a couple of group of friends, and there were like all the girls were really cute in this group of friends, and you were like with a couple dudes as well that were like cute enough, and Toradora has this kind of like aura where it's like, people not being animals. It's just like friends that are like just, yeah, adorable and have their quirks and are interesting. to each other, but they never like get to they never get exactly together. Sometimes it's I mean, you get me. It's not the fuck you, the dude is too beautiful and too nice. Let's try to get him, girls. You know, like it's not like that at all. Like the friendship part, friendly part, the friendship part is really something that appears in Toradora, and that's really appreciable, you know, like, and it's
Can
yeah.
self-insert into a pleasure fantasy. But Toradora has completely different intentions. This situation between everybody is far more layered and nuanced. Here, it's not as simple as 3 girls fighting over one guy. Plus, for the majority of the show, Ryuji straight up has no idea that any of them do like him. But it's not because he's dense. Well, he is pretty dense, but it's because none of them are transparent. Taiga, for instance, constantly denies her own feelings. She knows Ryuji likes
Yeah, and the dude himself, like, he's wrote in a way where, like, the dude, he is insecure, he is not, and he is like a regular person with a regular life, where it's like, if you, and like, if you're not like this average man that is just like nice to people, you know that like you don't push boundaries all the time, and you don't fucking like push the girl even if she's cute, and maybe you have some feelings for her, but it's not like the love of your life type of stuff. I'll die if she's not here, you know. But because of that, I think that like this is also like something that they really do well in Toradora, where it's like the dude is not a crazy maniac that has an idea of a girlfriend all the time, and because of that he lives and breathes by his desire to love someone. It's a regular dude that tells you, I know maybe this girl attracts me, and that's it, you know. And but I don't think she likes me anyway. So whatever. Let's keep like life is life. It's okay. Let's keep going. You get me. And this is one of like his big qualities, where it's not like there isn't this fucking obsession as well, you know. Like it's just vibes, you know. It's just vibes.
Minori, and that Minori likes him back. And because of that, she believes that Ryuji being with Minori would be the best for both of them, even if she's left behind. This is already much deeper than her just being a tsundere, because she genuinely cares about Ryuji and wants him to be happy. She wants all the people she cares about to be happy, and is willing to deny what she personally wants in order to do that. She even spends the majority of the series trying to help Ryuji get together with Minori, even when he himself won't take steps in order to do that. Taiga, despite her violent tendencies, is a really kind person at heart. And Ami, unlike everyone else, is able to see everything as it is. She's the first to drop her facade and is able to see through everyone else's. She knows what the situation is between Ryuji, Taiga, and Minori, and understands that Ryuji doesn't have any feelings towards her. She feels like it's too late for her, and so all she can really do is push everyone else in the right direction and watch everything go down. And then there's Minori. Out of all the characters in Toradora, she's the one who's been hiding her true feelings the most. She constantly works hard because she doesn't want to be a burden to everyone, and her cheerful Genki personality exists to cover up just how sad she is on the inside. And just like Taiga, she chooses to deny her own happiness for what she believes will be best for everyone else. She knows that Taiga needs Ryuji in more ways than one, and she doesn't want to be selfish. Which is why Minori, despite loving Ryuji, pushes Ryuji to be with Taiga instead. Even Taiga and Ryuji's entire relationship isn't as simple as guy and girl fall in love with each other. They both originally pursued the other's best friend as their main romantic interest, and only ever intended to help each other get there. But in reality, what they thought they loved was a very idolized version of those people. Since all the characters in Toradora wear a mask, Taiga didn't really know that much about Kitamura, and Ryuji never knew that much about Minori. But what's interesting is that in the end, out of this massive web of complicated love triangles between all these different characters in Toradora, only one of them actually ended up together. And that was between the couple who spent pretty much every day with each other. The ones who fully understood each other's flaws. The ones who saw each other's true selves behind their masks and liked them for who they were. The ones who were fully comfortable to be themselves in front of each other and ended up falling in love without even realizing it until the end. The relationship is so close to the point where they're dependent on each other and need each other. It's made obvious that Taiga needs Ryuji since her life was a total mess without him, but what nobody seems to talk about as much is how Ryuji also needs Taiga. For all his entire life, people were intimidated by Ryuji based on what he looked like, even though as a person he wasn't scary in the slightest. And in a way, he also wanted to be needed. From the beginning, we could see that he already loved cleaning and cooking, and he even took care of his mom. He's a naturally very kind and caring person, but people would never know that because they never got to know him. And then came along Taiga, someone who wasn't scared of him in the slightest and was someone who did need his help, even if she was too prideful to admit it at first. She very quickly got to know Ryuji, and as soon as she learned just how hard it all was for him, she stood up for him and put everyone in their place. And it's thanks to that everyone started treating Ryuji normally, and he started making more friends. And in general, he grew a lot as a person thanks to her as well. These two are so inseparable because they both need each other, and they each fill the void the other had in their lives. But it's also because of this dependency that it was so important for Taiga to leave in the end and sort out her family issues before coming back, since they needed to be able to properly grow into people who are able to emotionally support themselves so that when they do meet each other again, they'd be able to have a healthier relationship. But I was still disappointed when it happened because my heart doesn't care about what's rational. Getting back on topic though, all of these characters and situations have been analyzed for so many years now for a reason, because it has so many layers and nuance to it. So now we've
I'd say many colors, like it's just like a good rhythm. Like it has a good rhythm, and the characters are not like too much. And I don't know, like watching the show, like if you like it's just like a certain vibe when you go into like shoujo animes, like romance animes or slice of life animes. It's like you either feel it or not, and usually if you feel it, it's something like really amazing to fucking like watch and discover, right? And Toradora really has this kind of like feeling to it, this vibe, that just makes you know that like no matter what, it's a great it's a great time.
We've completed the setup. All the meaning is there, but all of this would slide right under our noses and nobody would care if we didn't have the last step. Moments. In order to fully create the post-anime depression experience in all its glory, we need to get all of this meaning that we've previously built up and channel it all into singular moments of pure emotion that will punch you in the gut. And what better way to demonstrate that than our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Christmas! The Christmas arc is one of my favorite arcs in Toradora, and that's mostly because, in my opinion, it has some of the show's best moments. Up until now, all the groundwork has been laid out. Everything has been slowly building up throughout Toradora, and this is the arc where all finally comes spilling out with some of the biggest emotional gut punches in the entire show. And it sticks with you. At this point, Minori's guilt has been building up for a long time, from being unable to do anything during the Katamara arc to costing her team their entire game, and of course the entire situation she's in with Ryuji and Taiga. Everything continues to weigh on her more and more. Every time someone asks her to go to the party, she makes an excuse for why she can't. And as these feelings of guilt pile on top of each other, it gets harder and harder for her to keep it together. During the Christmas preparations, after hours of work, everyone has finally finished with the decorations. Taiga even gave them her crystal star to use, and it shines brightly at the top for everyone to see. Only for it to suddenly come crashing down. The door opens and Minori stands there, apologizing for hitting the ball through the window, only to realize what just happened. You can see it on her face. This moment crushes her. She just realized that something precious that belonged to her best friend, something that was precious to everyone, was just destroyed. And it's all her fault. She desperately tries to put it back together and refuses to let anyone else do it because she feels responsible. But then Ryuji joins in anyways, telling her that he's just doing it because he wants to and nothing more. That it may be broken, but it can still be fixed. And Minori cries. The next episode, the party happens, and Minori still doesn't show up. And after Ami and Taiga's performance, Taiga leaves by herself to convince Minori to come, and after doing so, goes home by herself. She's done what she needs to do. Now Minori can meet Ryuji at the party, and she can celebrate Christmas all by herself. When she was a child, there was one night when she thought she saw Santa, and it was her childhood dream ever since to see him again, even though she now knows that Santa doesn't really exist. But the idea of Santa still means something to her, because it means that someone's looking out for her, which is why she does the same and gives presents to children who need it. And tonight, she has once again given up her own happiness for the sake of everyone else, even resolving to be completely alone during Christmas in order to do that. But then a mysterious someone dressed up in a Santa Bear costume shows up and makes Taiga's dream come true. What follows is one of the most genuinely sweetest scenes ever because Taiga is just so excited and he picks her up and twirls her in the air and it makes her so happy and it's just so adorable. And of course, underneath the costume, it's Ryuji. Okay, quick side note, this scene absolutely sold me on these two. Before I wasn't as sure, but after this, it was all aboard the ship and I wouldn't accept anything else. After this, Taiga tells Ryuji that Minori is on her way to the party and that he needs to go see her. And while Ryuji is hesitant to leave her, she insists that she'll be fine and eventually he listens and goes. And when Taiga comes back inside, she's crying. She realizes that she's been clinging to Ryuji this whole time, and now that he's gonna be with Minori, she can't be the one by his side anymore. And she doesn't want that. Desperately, she runs outside to find him before he leaves, but by the time she does, it's already too late. All she can do is scream his name and cry out to the night sky, all while Minori watches. Amazing moments like these are, in my opinion, what make Toradora so great. Moments like the pool scene, the Guild Hall Gone scene, almost the entirety of the last few episodes, especially this scene where all the facades that everyone put up for the entire series comes crashing down at once, plus the greatest kiss scene in anime history, everything is just pure heightened emotion. And it's beautiful. The way it uses its soundtrack even to enhance these moments, especially Lost My Pieces, makes it so that every time we hear it, we remember all of the emotions of these scenes and everything hits you at once. It's somehow nostalgic, even though I only watched it recently. Even the small things, like the little ways Taiga and Ryuji show how comfortable they are around each other, how they lean on each other and make fun of each other, basically behaving like an old married couple without even realizing it, and how they help each other through so many of life's problems, everything. Whenever I remember Toradora, what I really remember are all of these moments.
Yeah, this is why I absolutely he's basically so the TV show kind of aged. At least for me, it wasn't like the same magic as much as when I picked up the TV show on the first time, you know. And to be honest, like this is exactly why I fell in love with Toradora the first time. I fucking love Taiga. I fucking Tiger. Taiga. Yeah. I fucking love Taiga. I fucking love the fact that like the relationship. I fucking love all the characters and the ending is actually something like worthwhile. Well, if you're at this point of the video, well, fuck you. You don't get to fucking enjoy that. I should put like a disclaimer before. But yeah, no, Toradora is this great. If you want to get into like romance anime or like slice of life anime, you should really check this out.
Moments that I can't really analyze or explain because it just wouldn't do these scenes justice. They're just beautiful, more so than words can say. But I do know that they left an impact on me. The meaning behind everything is what made the story function, but the emotion behind these scenes is what really cemented Toradora in my heart as something special. And I guess, in the process, gave me post-anime depression. Either that or I was just unsatisfied with the ending. My name is Ben.
Thank you, Ben, for like Brenda Talks. This was a great way to talk about one of my favorite shows. To be fair, I'm kinda rude to this dude because now that I've watched it, I'm like I'll put a disclaimer. After that. But yeah, wait. Do not. I'm telling you, do not. I just finished watching the video and it reminded me of how awesome Toradora is. Do not watch this video if you want to watch Toradora. It is worth watching. It is not a long TV show. Please, if you're into romance, if you want to discover romance anime, Like, please offer you. Do not spoil yourself with your with this video. Come back after. But other than that, yeah. If you already watched it, or if you don't give a single fuck, then we can do that. We can start watching. Okay, yeah. No, overall, like this was actually like really good. Like really good. Yeah, don't know what to say other than that. I'll see this one.